What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jill, the producer, is counting us down.
Blast off!
Live at noon, the Brad and Squeeze Show.
The Law Link edition.
Ready with more immigration questions. Can everybody now, I'm going to tell everybody one thing right now. I'm totally disappointed that we did not get enough shares in the first edition of the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Terrible sharing.
Terrible
Nobody
sharing.
shared.
You know, and sharing is caring. So right now, everybody, take your thumb out, as Brad would say back in the old days.
That's right.
And start using your
That's
whatever you want to use it to do, but make sure you share.
You press that little arrow button.
Yeah.
And then you can use it for anything you want after.
Anything you want to use
Whatever
it for,
you
Brad.
wanted to use after.
You know, hey.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, man. All right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on a serious note, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're actually here to talk law, as we normally do each and every single day at 9 a.m. and 12 noon. This edition is called the Law Link edition. We are revved up, we're prepped, we're ready to go. You can call 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAW-LINK. We have attorneys that we're going to have on the program later on. I think Moshe is going to be on the show later on.
People love Moshe.
Yeah, Moshe happens to be one of our personal injury attorneys here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. We've got Bradford H. Bernstein right here. He runs the law firm. Good friend of mine.
See, I have a thumb.
You have a thumb.
I got a thumb.
Don't shake my hand out.
I will not, but I have a thumb, and I have shared my page.
Where's the proof?
And what I did was I shared it to my own personal timeline, so that way all of my friends on Facebook can also watch and get their immigration
all 5 of them, right?
All 5 of them. 3 friends.
How many friends you got?
On Facebook right now?
Yeah.
8,211.
You have 8,000 friends?
Yes.
Or likes?
I don't know.
Which one is it?
If you like me, you're my
friend. You got a friends page and you got a fan page.
If you like me, you're my friend.
Okay,
that's the way I look at it. You like me, I like you. That's how it works.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like for like?
Like for like.
You know,
all right. So any event.
You know, there's a great reggae entertainer, one of the fastest, youngest growing reggae entertainer by the name of Chronix. He's got a song that goes, do it for the likes, man. Do it for the love, man. Do it for the likes. Brad, you got to get into reggae, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have to get into reggae?
Yeah.
I'm not into reggae?
He's also going to be performing at the Shaggy and Friends show.
Yes.
Yes.
The one that I was invited to.
Yes, you were actually invited.
Yes, we'll see how long the invite stays open.
Show up? Yeah.
See how long the invite stays open.
Invite is it is open.
Okay.
It's pretty open.
So
what's happening, Brad?
Well, I have an update on the bombing.
Okay.
He is a 20. Yes, the New York Police Department says that the man who did the bombing today was a terrorist. He was an immigrant from Bangladesh, and he's been living in the United States for 7 years. He's a former taxi cab driver, and he was armed with a 5-inch metal pipe bomb and battery pack as he was walking through a Midtown Manhattan Transit Hub, the hub that connects the Times Square station, which obviously is a very big station, with the Port Authority station where all the buses come in from New Jersey and upstate New York.
Right.
And there are 4 people who have been injured. The only one who is seriously injured is this bomber, and he says that he did it because he's tired of all of the bombings in his home country, so he wanted to get back. I'm not sure when the United States was bombing his country. I haven't seen any of that in the news. So I'm not sure which news he's watching.
That's interesting.
So, but it sounds like he is a lone wolf, perhaps a lonely, crazy guy who got caught up with the wrong people on the internet, apparently. And luckily, there are 4 injuries, none are life-threatening. The most serious is the guy who was the bomber. Now, on Monday morning, Squeeze, as there was a terrorist attack in New York City, the largest city in the United States of America, the financial capital of the world, in the busiest part of New York City during rush hour in Times Square.
Right.
President Trump, whose hometown happens to be New York City, went to Twitter to express his absolute outrage 1 hour after the attack on New York City. And his outrage was not at the bomber, or even ISIS, or even terrorists, or even sympathy for the victims. His outrage, because really you would start saying, okay, it's sympathy for the victims. This is, his outrage was at the New York Times. He tweeted 1 hour after the bombing. He tweeted that the New York Times is fake news because they reported that he watches 4 hours of television a day, and that's not true. It's less than 4 hours, he claims. He's claiming less than 4 hours of TV watching. 4 hours is absolutely fake news. That is what he was outraged about. Which leads me to believe that if he really is watching 4 hours, and every time we have a technical glitch and I'm saying it's DT, maybe it is. Maybe it is. While all of this was happening, a little more DT news, at a live press conference during the bombing, just coincidentally also in New York, there are multiple women came out who were claimed to have been sexually molested by DT, the President of the United States. Multiple people they've come out and demanded a congressional investigation why all of these other men are not getting away with it, but DT gets away with it. All of this happening all Monday morning in New York City. And in the world is still a decent place news.
Right.
As of today, we'll see if it's decent tomorrow. Doug Jones, the senatorial candidate in Alabama, who was the former district attorney, Democrat, running for the vacant seat, the election's tomorrow.
Right.
He was the prosecutor of, he opened up the cold case with the Ku Klux Klan and prosecuted the Ku Klux Klan 30 years after the killing of 4 young black girls in Alabama. He's running for the Senate. By all accounts, he is a decent, smart human being. That's all I know about the man. And he is running against Roy Moore, by all accounts, a crazy pedophile. DT has gone in favor of Roy Moore. He said better to have a pedophile in the Senate than a Democrat. Steve Bannon, a.k.a., according to Saturday Night Live, the Grim Reaper, has also come out in favor of the pedophile. It was a neck-and-neck race, Squeeze, until Sunday when the other senator from Alabama, Richard Shelby, who is the senior senator, he's 80-some-odd years old, he said it's an absolute disgrace. He's a Republican. He said it's an absolute disgrace for anybody to vote for this guy, Roy Moore. Even as a Republican, he will not vote for Roy Moore. He will not vote for the Democrat because he's a Republican. He's going to put in a writing candidate. I don't know who the writing candidate is, but he will not endorse Roy Moore, a pedophile, a kook, and a racist. He said he will not endorse that man. So since that happened, it was neck and neck in Alabama. And anybody who watched the show, I don't know if anybody who watches the show actually lives in Alabama, but I said to them, come on, Alabama, do something for us here. Can't just be about football. They gotta do something other than that. You can't put a pedophile in the Senate. And just today, since Richard Shelby came out against Roy Moore, Doug Jones, the Democrat, has opened up a 10-point lead. So that's in the good news category, but the election is tomorrow. What do you think of all that, Squeeze?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I could comment, but it would be nasty.
You would be nasty.
Yeah.
All right. And
very nasty.
Chance the Rapper. Did you hear about him? You know who this guy is?
Yes.
What did he sing?
Quite a few songs.
Quite a few songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, rap quite a few songs.
He raps a few.
Yeah.
He's not singing anything.
Yeah.
His name is Jonathan Bennett. He is professionally known as Chance the Rapper. He is also now a philanthropist. He has a charity, a nonprofit organization called Children's First Fund, and he is teamed up with Google, and they are donating $1.5 million to inner city schools in the Chicago area to teach inner city youth computer skills and IT skills, because those are the jobs of the future.
Right.
So congratulations and to Chance, who is doing the right thing with his.
You know what I would like? You know what I would like, and
Yes.
if people can help me with this, can somebody hit up Shaggy on his Instagram and on his page?
Hit him up.
Hit him up right now and say Squeeze is
Not
trying
hit
to
him up.
find you, because we want to speak about the Shaggy and
event.
Friends Foundation, which is
Yes.
coming up. So somebody please get Shaggy on. We want to talk.
Jill said he's going to hit him up.
No, seriously. I want to talk about how everyone we have
Because
approximately.
Shaggy's doing a great thing too.
How many people view us every day between the radio and his?
We have over
close to
20,000 people, 30,000 people.
Okay, so
Right.
on any day, on any given day, after
Yes.
people check it back later on, probably approaching close to 50,000.
Maybe 50.
Okay,
I don't know.
So what I'm saying is,
I don't know how many listen.
I want to
on the
speak
radio
about the only children's hospital that's in the Caribbean.
Yes.
That Shaggy has done a magnificent job in actually helping out. This hospital to help a lot of the kids.
By the way, Shaggy's a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show, and he has done wonders with this. So the major event that's coming up on January the 6th, we actually need to get him here to talk about how can people donate? Where do they go to donate?
Right.
Where do they go to give
Chance
money
the
to help
Rapper is not the only entertainer who helps.
He's not the only philanthropist,
He's not the only philanthropist.
Which is great.
Right.
Google is helping him out. Why can't we all help out Shaggy?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So
let's see if we can get
It's
him.
60 minutes after 12.
He called you on the show last week.
Yeah.
But he called you on your personal phone. You're like, hey, come on the show. He's like, oh, I'm not in the,
no, he was just very busy.
He was not in the spot.
He was just very busy at that time.
Yeah, he wasn't in the spot to do it. Got to get him in the right spot to do it. So any event.
So somebody hit him up. Tell him, hit up Squeeze or hit up Jill, our producer.
Squeeze, it's Christmas time, Squeeze.
It's holiday season.
It's holiday season.
Yeah.
Christmas is around the corner.
Yes.
Okay, how is that?
Yes.
Do you know when Hanukkah starts?
No, you tell me.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
8 crazy nights.
Yep.
Starts tomorrow night.
The candles start counting down.
Candle starts counting down.
Yep.
All right. So just in time for the holiday season, Squeeze.
Yep.
Our crack team.
By the way, happy Hanukkah when it comes.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
I can't speak.
Nah,
I can't
Hanukkah.
pronounce.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. I just say Hanukkah. No. Go on.
I'm not snorting at you, by the way. But you got to be able to, do it the right way.
Okay.
You don't say Happy Chanukah.
Okay. All right.
Any event. Just in time for the holiday season.
Say because.
Because. Because.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, a because, right?
Anyway.
All right. So just in time for the holiday season, Squeeze. Let me start this again. By the way, everybody, please share with your friends and family. Press that share button and share it on your timeline. Everybody who's watching right now, we're going to be getting to your immigration questions in about 2 minutes. The telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. But I just want to say before we get to your immigration questions, just in time for the holiday season, Christmas trees are not the only trending, decorating trend, I guess. I don't know. I'm coming up with words now. Okay, beauty trends. There are new beauty trends, Squeeze. People are starting to decorate their hair and their eyelashes and their beards with Christmas decoration, their eyebrows. A new way. Here they are, Christmas bros. That's what they're called.
Interesting.
A Canadian beauty called Tay Tay XX. And what is this Canadian beauty? What is this, guru? Canadian beauty guru. That's what she's called, the Canadian beauty guru. Tay Tay XX will now teach you how to make your eyes look like Christmas trees. And
that's very interesting.
There are the bearded ornaments are back to haunt your dreams. When you thought the bearded man was scary, wait till you see the bearded man with Christmas ornaments. There he is. If nothing else, Squeeze, if you're at a party, Squeeze, and you don't know what to say to somebody, you could always pull out this show at the about 19-minute mark and say, by the way, did you see the bearded man with the Christmas ornaments? Always a conversation starter, Squeeze. Always a conversation starter at your holiday parties. Just something we just add here at the Brad and Squeeze Show in case somebody is a little short on knowing what to talk about during the Christmas season. Squeeze is just shaking his head. All right. I'll let you take over from here. I'm out of breath. I'm breathless from the after.
Is that why you're growing your beard?
Yes.
Anyway, folks, once again, it's the Brad and Squeeze Show. Interesting news, as usual, coming out of Brad's mouth. Our attorney, he always figures out some crazy crap that's going on around the world, man.
By the way, Jill, you either got to be part of the show or not, because when she talks in my ear, people hear the person. Even Samina, look at this. Simona Davis says, I can hear the person in your ear, Brad.
No, she can't.
Yeah, she says she does.
What makes
How does people hear what's going on in my head?
This is a TV show.
How do people hear what's going on in my head?
People can get into your head, you know?
What's going on that they can hear this stuff?
Yeah, people can hear a lot of things on this show.
What am I thinking now, Simona? Huh? What am I thinking now? There is a woman in my head talking in my head all the time. But I am a man. It's weird.
Sounds like you got serious issues,
I got some serious issues. Let's take some immigration, though.
All right, let's get to the phone lines once again, folks. I'm listening on 93.5 WVIP FM. Thank you so much for tuning into Link Up Radio. By the way, now we have the Brad and Squeeze Show. Thank you all so much for the people who are on our main Facebook page, which is the Brad and Squeeze Show Facebook page. Thank you so much for tuning in. You may ask your questions now. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Somehow people always call me during the show. Somehow,
by the way, Angie...
Well, 1-800-529... Hold on, Brad. 1-800-529-5465 is the number for the radio show. You may now call and ask your questions. 1-800-529-5465. And we're getting to those calls shortly. And then we're going to be going to the social media check-in right here. And once again, we're here on the Brad and Squeeze Show. All right, so Brad.
By the way, Angie Angel said she's going to do this to my beard if I don't shave it soon. Put on the Christmas decorations.
Well, I tell you what, man.
What?
You can do whatever you want to do with your beard.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do with your body hair. It's none of my business. It's you know, I'm not interested in anyone's anatomy.
You're not interested in the anatomy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just mine.
What about legal help? You're interested in
legal help? That I definitely am interested in. So let's go to the phone lines at 1-800-LAW-LINK.
Shireen from Queens.
Shireen, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
We are very good. You like the banter that Brad and I do initially? I mean, at the beginning of the show?
I wasn't listening at the beginning of the show.
Okay. All right.
By the way, do you like Squeeze's customer service interviews in the middle of the show?
Yes, I do.
Yes, she does. There you go. So you can ask anybody what you want about anything part of the show, and they'll tell you whether to continue.
I like getting feedback.
You like getting feedback?
Yeah, because sometimes we think we're doing the right thing, and maybe we're doing the wrong thing. Sometimes we're doing the wrong thing. Sometimes we're doing the right thing, and I want to know too.
Right.
Right or wrong.
Like, for example, I don't know sometimes whether I should shave or not.
That sounds personal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I wake up in the morning, and I get out of the shower, and it's true. I get out of the shower, I go, shave, not shave, I don't know. Nah. I'll see what they have to say on the Brad and Squeeze Show. And then eventually I'll shave after they lambaste me enough.
Okay.
All right, so what is your question, Shireen?
My question is, I want to know if there's a way my daughter could become legal. She's here from 2009 at the age of 11.
Okay. So what is your status?
I'm not legal either.
Okay. And where is the father of this child?
He's deceased.
And where do you live? In Queens?
I live in Queens,
So
yes.
now she's 11. So what is she now? What, like 18?
She's 20 now. 20.
Well, you know, they have something called special juvenile immigrant. It should have been done years ago.
Right.
It should be done for anybody under the age of 21, where somebody takes a child into their home and proves that it's not in their best interest to be reunited with at least one parent. You have a parent who's dead, so there it is. And either because of abuse or neglect or some other reason, you know, she's getting to be 21. You got to start working on it now. Not should have been worked on years ago.
But he died in Jamaica, though. You know, her dad died in Jamaica.
Okay, hold on one second.
All right.
She needs to come in for a conversation.
She needs
We're
you.
never gonna figure
All right.
out.
She needs you, Brad.
Okay.
That's one
If you
woman
have
that
a
definitely needs
child-
you.
If you have a child who is under the age of 21,
Yeah.
the only thing you should be doing is thinking, can I get them a special juvenile immigrant? Do it now while the laws are in your favor. There's a lot of Republicans out there who don't like this thing and want to end this program, but it is a legal program you can do right now. Do it. If you're under 21 and living in the United States in a single-parent home or a no-parent home, you can only not do it when you're living with both parents. Okay? So if you're living in a single-parent home or a no-parent home and you can show it's not in your best interest, you're under 21, to be reunited with at least one of your parents, and an adult who you're living with in the same household goes into family court and gets guardianship of you, gets a family court judge to say it's not in your best interest to be reunited with at least one biological parent because of abandonment, because of abuse, neglect. Guess what? You get a green card. Sophia in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Okay. Sophia.
Hi, Brad. Hi, Squeeze. How are you?
How are you, my darling?
I'm pretty good. Seasonal greetings to you and yours.
Season's greetings to you also, and everyone around you.
How are you?
Thank you. Pretty good, pretty good. I just have a question, Brad.
Yes.
On a burning issue.
It's a burning issue,
my
Squeeze.
sister.
Burning.
Yes, burning.
My
Yes.
Yes, burning.
You guys are so amazing. Oh my God. You keep me laughing.
Yeah. All right, what's up?
All right. My sister.
Yeah.
She got married, but things went sour, so she did the VAWA.
Right.
Right? Through an attorney, but I'm just seeking a second opinion. Something I don't know. However, she in the interim she got pregnant, so she just has the baby. So things is kind of on the go slow for her now.
Wait,
But
she
her
got
work-
pregnant with the abusive husband's the father, or with a different man?
Yeah.
Okay, with the abusive husband, she got pregnant with him, and then he was abusive, or he was abusive during the whole time.
Well, during the whole time,
Okay,
she kind of hit it.
Okay.
And during the time now, during the whole tenure and of them, she going her separate ways and whatnot. So the baby just born. So the baby was born.
Is the guy a citizen? Is the guy a citizen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, and your question is what?
My question now is, but they had already filed the I-130 petition.
Right.
So she kind of was halfway through the process by means of getting her working permit and all of that already. She got all of that.
Good.
But it's going to expire in January. I think it's the 2nd or the 4th of January, something like that. So she would, but the lawyer she's going through is telling her
I'm cringing about what this lawyer is going to be saying. Let me hear what the lawyer is saying.
Over $1,000 to renew her permit, but she don't have that money because she's not working right now.
Just fill out an I-765 form. The only complicated part about the whole entire I-765 form, other than putting your name, is putting the section of law. They say, what section of law are you applying for the work permit? Because there's like 100 different sections of law.
Right.
Just put C9, file it. She'll get a work permit. It's free.
So she can do. Yeah, my question is, can she do it on her own and escape the fee of what the lawyer is charging? Because she don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have to pay. There's no filing fee. It's free. to renew.
Okay, so she just go ahead and put the C9 and do a I-765.
Correct.
Right, let me tell her. So based on, okay, one more question, Brad. I'm sorry. Based on,
by the way, but you told me she's in an abusive relationship. She should be filing an I-360. Why is she not doing that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. She did put a petition in for the VAWA.
Okay, so fine.
In which she got a receipt.
Great.
But yeah, she got a receipt already. But then the thing is it okay because she's doing the VAWA? Is it okay to do the working permit on her own?
Yes.
Since she's going through an attorney.
Yes.
Oh my God! So why this lady? Oh,
I don't know.
She's so selfish.
Let her come and see me if she wants. It's up to you. Okay.
You know what? I told her that, but she went behind me and did something else because I listen to you guys every
behind
day.
you.
Now nobody listens to you, Sophia.
By the way, you're up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We just opened up an office in Hartford, Connecticut on Congress Street.
No, you know what? I live in Brooklyn, but I'm just in Bridgeport for the day.
Oh, okay,
I'm by my girlfriend's house.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
Could you do me a favor also?
Brooklyn is easy and Manhattan's easy from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
On your way down from down from Bridgeport, stop by my house and check to make sure everything is okay. All right.
Yes. I will screen. You know what?
By the way,
in Greenwich,
when you stop there, he lives in Greenwich, Connecticut. It's a beautiful home. Okay, make yourself at home.
I think my kids were over there this weekend, so I want to make sure that they left it intact.
It's a nice big house. He won't even know you were there for at least a week. Just go live there. It's fine. All right. Anyone comes by, just say I'm squeezes it.
That was on the bucket list. I was going to do that. You know. So when he comes home, I just pop up and things are fine here.
That's right. That sounds good.
Some lady in the house with her feet up. All right. Thanks a lot, Sophia. But once again, all right. Sorry about that.
That was my mistake.
But once again, got to remind you, new office in Hartford, Connecticut. You got to go check it out. It's on Congress. Okay. I believe it's 1 Congress.
Congress.
If my memory serves me correct.
1 Congress.
1 Congress.
I don't know if it's Avenue or Street, but it's
Congress. 1 Congress. Yeah.
Correct. And it's about a block from the Immigration Service in the federal courthouse in downtown Hartford,
where I got sworn in. Okay.
Correct.
So once again, remember the law offices of Spar and Bernstein is expansion. All right. So once again, make sure you call this number 1-800-529-5465. And just in reference to that, people, we speak here every day, and nobody really listens. Okay.
Yes,
they do. And then they go and they screw things up.
They listen.
Who does? Oh, they listen.
You.
But do they act?
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Yeah.
Then they screw it up.
That is true.
Then they call me.
I don't know anybody who listens to you.
Yeah, nobody does.
Nobody.
Absolutely. Right. Definitely.
When was the last time anybody actually listened to you?
I don't know.
Years ago? Are we talking years?
Maybe no one ever listened.
Maybe never.
Maybe never.
That's why.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.com.
That's why the world is the way it is.
Yep.
If everybody listened to Squeeze, the world would be at peace.
It really, really would be, man. All right, so let's get to another caller. 1-800-529-5465. You do have more calls, right?
We do. We got Tamara in Baltimore, Maryland. Tamara.
Hello.
Hi, Tamara.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
I filed for my husband. He got his 2-year work green card, and as soon as he got his 2-year green card, he called the police and me and moved out. He met this girl at his job a month before he got his green card, and he moved out. Within 2 months, the girl is pregnant. What can I do about it?
What can you do about it? Nothing. Your husband got his green card. He got a 2-year green card. He called the police on you to prove that you and him were living together, I guess. So when he goes to remove the conditions, he's going to have, if the government knows that his girlfriend is pregnant now with a baby, and that pregnancy happened, right around the time that he got his green card, they may question the validity of your marriage to him. So, one of the things if you want to be vindictive, and, we're equal opportunity here, Squeeze. Mm-hmm. People ask the question, I give them the answer. Okay? If you want to be vindictive, you contact immigration and tell them the story and say, as a matter of fact, this baby, this woman's pregnant with my husband's baby, and he got her pregnant, around the time he got his green card. So, we all got played, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Okay. Thanks.
All right. Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Live at noon.
Yes.
We are.
And by the way, we are going to go to our stand-in social media queen, Patrice, right after we speak to Paul.
She's Ricardo's queen.
She's Ricardo's queen. She's our standing queen.
Our standing queen,
our
but she's
standing queen.
Ricardo's queen. Okay.
And,
blowing up your spot there.
By the way, I'm mad at Ricardo because I thought he was going to come to our holiday party. He didn't come. And there is Patrice. Hello, Patrice. But before we go to Patrice, I want to speak to Paul. Patrice, tell everybody that you're going to be asking all their immigration questions if they leave their question right now on the Brad and Squeeze page. If you can tell them, because sometimes they don't listen to Brad and Squeeze, and then we're going to go to talk to Paul, and then we're going to come back to Patrice.
That'll be nice.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So once again,
we're waiting for Patrice to say something.
Oh.
Go
I thought you was, okay.
Yeah, go.
Just tell them where.
Oh, what happened to her now?
Yeah, they cut her off.
Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. Now, what is it? Now you have to tell them. Leave your questions now, because we're going to get to our rapid fire section in about 30 seconds. If you can say that, please.
Well, you just said it.
I know, but I want Patrice to say it. They listen to her.
Yes, Brad Squad, please leave your questions in the comments, and we are getting to social media rapid fire very shortly, so please leave them in there so we can get to it.
Thank you. We'll be right
There you
back.
go.
Hang in there.
Yeah, well, she's on point.
Yeah, she's there.
Yeah, I like that.
Chop. Paul, what's up?
All right, let's go back to the phone lines and we'll come back. Okay, go ahead,
I have
Paul.
a question. I have a question for my cousin. He's modest. You don't want to talk on the radio.
Okay.
He filed for a U visa, and he got the certificate from the Attorney General office, not the Attorney General, but the prosecutor's office.
Right.
And he filed a petition. He's been in the U.S. since 1968. He has a couple of homes. He's been working for 28 years, but he has criminal record. What's the likelihood that he will get the U visa?
What's the criminal record?
He has drug. He has a murder, which happened in 73, and I think that's about the extent of it. That and impersonation.
Just a murder.
Yes.
And drugs. They usually
drugs,
and those are aggravated felonies. They usually don't give visas to people in those situations. Although it did happen a extraordinarily long period of time ago. There is a waiver for murder. There is not a waiver for drugs. So we would have to review his case and see how serious the drug case is. So I would not have actually filed anything with those serious offenses. And I would.
So he may not get the U visa then.
If he has drugs and murder, he is extraordinarily unlikely to get it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Yes. Once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Were we just speaking to like LeVar Ball's father? Just murder. Nothing big deal. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And some drugs.
As a matter of fact, I was actually a cab driver took me to the airport, and he wants me to ask you this question.
What is the question?
I told him I could not answer it, although I knew the answer.
Yeah.
Killed 4 people.
The cab driver.
Yeah, he was deported to back home. And he says he killed 4 people.
Why is he back here in America?
Hold on, this was in Jamaica. I was getting a ride from a cab.
Oh, I see. Okay, in Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
okay,
to the airport.
You had to make this clear. Okay.
He killed 4 people, and he wants to know. He's been back home for like about almost 10 years now. He wants to know if he can come back.
No. Generally speaking, when you kill 4 people, they don't allow you back to America.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And it was all.
I hope you gave him.
It was all drug related too.
I hope you gave him a good tip.
I mean, he was a pretty cool dude.
I hope you gave him a good tip.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want you to be number 5.
Yeah.
Give a bad tip.
You're an idiot, man. You're an idiot. As they would say, take bad things, make joke.
Yeah. All right, Kamisha in Long Island.
Hi. Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I'm calling for a family friend of a mother and a daughter who are Jamaican citizens.
Yes.
They received their U.S. visa last year, traveled, on it once before, and now they're here now. So let me tell you the scenario.
Okay.
There's the son. She has a 40-year-old son was murdered in Jamaica, in Spanish Town, which is known for a very violent area, in August of 2017.
Okay.
Right? So that happened in August 2017, about 3 months ago. The mother and the sister came to the U.S. like October 15th
Right after the murder.
Just to try to get away from the area and just to move away, to try to breathe off, you know, because there were some things still going on. There were some threats to the mother and things like that. So they came here on the 15th on a visitor's visa. On the 17th of October, the mother's house was burnt down to the ground.
Okay.
So they're here now. So I know there's something called like asylum or something of that nature. How can I assist them with trying to get some assistance with staying here, getting a green card, because they're obviously in fear of their life?
Yeah, well, asylum means that you belong to a social group that is being persecuted because of their race, religion, nationality. So just because you come from a violent area doesn't grant you the right to asylum. You could only get asylum if you're being persecuted because you belong to a member of a social group that is being persecuted by the government or by forces the government can't control. I don't, you know, it sounds like to me that they're in a very, you know, dangerous area. You know, what is the social group that they belong to that they're being persecuted for? I think the best bet is that you wouldn't be able to help them for asylum. I'm not even sure if asylum is appropriate in this matter, but I think the best step would be is to start with a consultation. Let's see how we can get them to stay here for a longer period of time. All right, so hold on one second. You know, people always think, unfortunately, that just because there's, you know, literally bullets flying over your head grants you the right to asylum. It doesn't. Interesting, huh?
Very. Very, very interesting.
All right, so let's see if people listen to Patrice, our stand-in social media queen.
I hope they place questions on the social media pages. Okay, if they did that, we will be good. Let's go to Patrice, our social media queen. And
there she is.
Hello! How are thou?
Hello!
Oh, wait, I'm out of the picture. I think I have to be more like here.
There you go.
Am I in the picture?
Yeah. Is it? Yes. Isn't it much easier that I just move rather than they move the camera?
I think it's much easier when you move.
Wait. So why is everybody a different height?
It's always good when you move.
I know.
It looks like we're playing Super Mario Brothers right now.
When
Like
I
Mario's
move,
going to
you
come and
move.
jump
Just
on
like
me,
that. When
then
I
jump on
move, you
Patrice,
move.
then jump on... You know, it's like he jumps on the different heights, you know, Super Mario guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Bump, bump,
Bump, yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, we got to work on this.
Never
we got to
played
work that it looks even.
Okay.
Maybe I should come
trying.
down. Now squeeze is too high.
No,
Squeeze, you're too high.
Too
now I look like a really low, small attorney. Squeeze, you got to come down now.
Can you stop being an elf and let's go?
Look, I'm like the lowest guy now. I was trying to make Patrice look good.
You went too
I was trying to make Patrice look good, and now look, I All right, what are your questions?
Okay, here we go. All right, so first question. Please excuse me if I'm
Squeeze is not going down now.
Oh my God, Squeeze! Now we're really low. We're just the short people right now.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of elves. You're so small now, Squeeze. All right.
Okay, ready? Okay,
Yeah.
so please excuse me for if I'm saying this incorrectly. Damadora Hafino says, my husband has a volunteer departure. He was deported in 2010. He was married at the time, but he divorced her after he got deported. We are married for almost 2 years now. We live in Turkey. How or from where can I start to file for him?
Why was he deported?
I entered the...
It says, okay, so I'll read it again. My husband has a volunteer departure. He was deported in 2010. I don't think we have enough information.
Okay, all right. Does he have a criminal record? If he doesn't have a criminal record, you can file for him again. He was deported in 2010. He's been out of the country for a long period of time now. He should be able to come back with a waiver. If there's an underlying criminal issue, then it's a different story.
Okay. Okay, so there's that. Next one, this is pertaining to location. So Carrie Ann Wallace wants to know, when are you opening an office in the South?
In the South?
Yeah. When are you opening?
When will I be opening an office
in Alabama?
In Alabama?
Yeah.
Alabama? I have no
Alabama.
plans at the moment, unfortunately. The plans are Connecticut, and our next office will be in New Jersey.
Well, you can actually still handle it.
I can handle cases everywhere. We don't have plans for South yet, but maybe next year. Right now it's Connecticut and New Jersey coming up next. We don't have South yet, but we'll get there one day. Never know.
We will. Hopefully we will. So another similar question. Liza Lawatu, do you have an office in Washington, Washington, D.C. office?
Everybody wants offices everywhere.
People want to know.
Brad, you know what? When they...
Why don't you open up an office everywhere?
You know what? When they start allowing the technology of cloning, like they did Dolly the sheep, and we can have a Brad in every city, that would be good. And then
Brad in every city.
And then the real Brad would just be on a yacht while the cloned Brads are doing all of this. That was like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, wasn't it? Yeah, remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? I forgot what it was called. Yeah.
Oh, not coming to me, but I know what you're talking
about, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay, let's move on.
Natalie Nichols, what about an office in Miami? Okay, well that would be. Yep. Okay, coming soon to a theater. Coming soon to a theater near you. Yes.
Yes. Yezu Lawatu again. This is more of a statement, but I'm assuming she wants to know how to get it. Overstayed visa and want to apply. Visa. Been here for 19 years. That's not really.
You've been here for 19 years. You need a green card. You need to make an appointment. And Cordella Willery has a thought.
And what's the thought?
Why don't you tell them to move to New York?
Come on. Cordella is giving it to them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, and then one more. Okay, so Brad, you answered this question in the morning show, but just again, maybe they didn't get it. Shine Williams, a person applied to remove the conditions on their green card, did the biometric, then received the mail requesting for more documents. What happens if you don't have all those documents that they are requesting?
If you got a request for further evidence and you're just getting your biometrics, that means you didn't submit a full application, which means that your case is not processing. So what is the documents that's missing that you can't give? We don't know. You need to come in, but if you can't submit the documents, you need certain documents to file. So what are you missing? A birth certificate, a divorce decree, an affidavit of support, a medical exam. Those are the things that you file with originally. So I'm not sure what's missing, but you need to come in. We got to figure it out.
There you go. Let's figure it out.
And I know also I made a mistake. Liza Lawatu also said Washington State, not D.C.
Washington State, Seattle. Seattle. You want us to go west too?
The England-like state.
The England-like state?
It's always raining there.
Always raining in Seattle.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been.
It's always raining. It's always overcast.
I know that there is a wall in Seattle with a lot of gum on it. There's some like gum wall or something, right? There's like a wall that everyone puts like their rotted gum and people are taking pictures in front of it.
Thanks a lot for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, something like that.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting, but there's a lot of pictures in front of it on social media. All right. Thank you very much, Patrice. We're going to get to our Braducation segment. We're going to come back with USA Credit Repair and Moshe about what are we talking about, Moshe? Car accidents, no fault law. Let's watch our Braducation first.
I entered the U.S. illegally. Is it still possible to get my green card?
It is still possible to get your green card even if you entered the country illegally. Illegally, I presume, means entered without inspection. So if you entered without inspection, there's always provisional waivers in certain cases. There's Section 245I that if you were included on a case that was filed prior to April 2001, you would be able to pay a penalty fee and get your green card here. There are other cases that no matter whether you entered the country with inspection or you entered with a visa, still enable you to get a green card. It's a very broad question, but there are certain options for certain people who entered the country without inspection to still obtain their green cards. You should check it out and find out whether some of those options pertain to you.
Okay, we are back. Can't say we are black, but we are back. I'm black.
I want you to know something. Squeeze, since the day I met him, and he's, we've shared office space for a very long time. Okay, so sometimes he disappears, and then, like at random times, he comes and knocks on my door. 20 years now, he's been saying the same thing.
I am black.
He opens the door and he goes, I am black, and then he closes the door. And I don't know when you when I stopped laughing at that joke, but it had to have been over a decade ago.
Yeah.
But you still keep using it. This is Squeeze. Brad, I'm black!
I'm black. I heard you were looking for me.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, it's the Brad and Squeeze Show. And of course, we've got to put a little fun into it. So make sure that you actually listen each and every single weekday at 9 and noon.
By the way, who's our partner here at the Brad and Squeeze Show? Do we have a partner?
USA Credit Repair.
We do have a partner.
And by the way, a lot of folks over the holidays,
they don't know.
They don't want to hear anything about credit repair.
They better.
But they're going to screw themselves.
They better start listening.
You better start listening. You better get your credit fixed. And right now, the next, everybody, I was about to say 100 people, just call up USACreditRepairInc.com and tell them that you'd like to get a free consultation.
Yeah, you better not cry.
You better not shout.
You better not pout. Because I'm telling you why. Your credit is going to go down the tubes because Santa's buying too much stuff on your credit card for your kids.
Are you still singing Single Bells, Single All the Way? Sing.
Am I singing Single Bells?
Are you still? I'm getting in your personal life.
I never heard that song before.
Are you still singing Single Bells?
I've never sang that song in my entire life.
Song, right?
I've never heard that.
You're single,
Single
right?
Bells. I am single, yes.
So you can sing Single Bells.
Single Bells. Single Bells. Single Bells. I'm dreaming of a single Christmas. Dreaming of a white Christmas.
Single bell, single bell. Moshe is waiting for us right now.
All right, USA Credit Repair. Call them right now because
bell.
you will be singing. I'm crying.
Yeah.
You won't be singing. You would be crying when you can't use your credit card anymore after this holiday season.
No, when you can't get a job.
You can't get a
when
job.
When your bank account closes.
Yes.
When you can't refinance your house. When you can't buy a house. When you can't get your kid a loan for school. And it's very, very serious. So people out there, please, for almost a decade and a half, we've been speaking about credit. And guess what? A lot of people did not listen. A lot of people are realizing that what Squeeze was saying way back then is true. Get credit, good credit.
It's like what Eddie Murphy said. They're out there panicking.
Yes.
They want to buy that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, but they can't. They're out there panicking right now, Squeeze. Panic is in the air.
Trading Places.
Trading Places. All right.
1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177. Even if it's just to call and get a free consultation, find out where you are. Single bells. Single bells.
All right, USA Credit Repair, 1-800-USA-7177. Call them right now, 1-800-872-7177. Your credit's below 700. You call them right now. They guarantee that your credit will be up within 90 days or money back guaranteed as long as you follow their protocol. And the first 30 days is absolutely for free, just for the listeners and viewers of the Brad and Squeeze Show. So call them right now. You got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain and the gain is higher credit. And you do that right now by calling 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177. 1-800-872-7177. Don't cry through Christmas.
Yep.
Sing. Sing and be jolly. And you want to sing and be jolly, start with USA Credit Repair. 1-800-872-7177. Our proud partner. Squeeze.
Okay. 1-800-872-7177. It's now time for us to go to, we need a name for this segment.
It's called the Law Link segment.
I thought the show is about the Law Link.
Yeah, but this is the Law Link. This is now the Law Link.
I'm sorry. Let's put a different. Let's put a different. This is the Law Link segment.
The Law Link segment versus Law Link.
We're gonna find Moshe.
Yes. Moshe.
Good morning, David and Brad.
Good morning.
Hello.
I know it's afternoon, but good morning is fine too.
So Moshe is one of our fantastic trial attorneys. He's a personal injury attorney here in New York. He's handled multiple cases for trial. Mm-hmm. And one of the most important things you got to know when you get into a car accident is no-fault law. Okay. What is no-fault law?
Yeah, what is that all about?
What is that all about?
So no fault, and New York's not the only state who contributes to that. No fault basically says
but you're talking about New York State now, but there's no fault in almost every. Right. There's no fault in New Jersey. Every state, the laws are a little different, but we're talking about New York State, no fault. But the general no fault. The idea is the same.
The idea is basically the same. Right. The idea is basically the same. Regardless of whose fault an accident is, your insurance company will indemnify you. In other words, reimburse you for any medical expenses relating to the vehicle, motor vehicle accident, or lost wages, regardless, again, of whose fault the accident was.
Meaning no fault. It doesn't matter. You could have slammed into somebody. Your medical bills are still getting paid. So what's the catch? So if I slam into somebody, and let's say I hit squeeze, okay? I just ram into him from behind. Wait, let's say I'm in my car and we get into a collision from behind. That's a much better way to phrase it. So let's say that, I just saw his face. So let's say, let's say that happens, okay? I'm in a car and we get into a collision. It's usually, in the legal term, he's going to look at me. It's called the rear end collision. And what happens now? Like, I'm at fault. My medical bills are getting paid. Squeeze is not at fault. His medical bills are getting paid. It's called no fault. So what's the catch in all of this?
So how it works is, in that hypothetical scenario, you rear-end David's Squeeze.
Wait,
your insurance company.
Wait. I get into a collision with him. Okay.
Right. Yes. So your motor vehicle rear-ends David's motor vehicle, right?
Yes.
All right. So it's your fault, clearly, right? Absent any exceptional circumstances.
Is that really true? If you run into the back of someone's car, the person who runs in a person's car, it's always there. Is that? I've heard that for years. Is that always true?
Here's the catch. Here's the exception. If you are cutting somebody off and then that person rear-ends you, that's an exception. There's liability on the person who cut that person.
Or if it's an emergency situation.
Right, sometimes.
Right.
Depends on the emergency.
Oh, wow. Okay,
so your insurance
no matter
what
what.
would cover.
But basically, you rear-end somebody, the person who's getting rear-ended is always the non-negligent party. The person who's doing the rear-ending is usually the negligent person.
So continuing, in that hypothetical scenario, Brad,
Yes.
your insurance company would cover your lost wages, if you have any, if you were forced to come out of work.
Right.
Any time out of work, up to 80% of your lost wages are covered.
Right.
And your medical bills are covered, up to $50,000 generally. Now, you can always elect.
Right, so now some people can bring a lawsuit, other people can't. Who can, who can't? That's the catch.
Right. So no fault is one thing, right? Medical expenses and lost wages are one thing. Now, if you're trying to get compensated for your conscious pain and suffering, there are restrictions. In New York, you have to suffer what's called, quote unquote, serious injury. Now, serious injury is defined by the New York State. You know, anybody can say, I suffered a serious injury. It's not subjective. It's actually objective. And what you need to show are several things. For example, if you lost a fetus at the accident, during the accident, and if you're a woman, obviously, then you automatically suffered a serious injury, which means any other injuries that stem from that loss of a fetus are automatically admissible into any evidence to claim for conscious pain and suffering. Right? Significant disfigurement is another factor. Automatically you pass threshold. A fracture of any sort, bone fracture, and you can even argue nowadays that a tooth fracture constitutes a fracture pursuant to New York state law.
So who doesn't get it? Who doesn't get it?
Minor headaches, scratches that don't form scars, cannot be compensated for conscious pain and suffering in a motor vehicle accident as a result of a scratch or minor headaches.
What about somebody goes back to work in 30 days?
Well, that depends. So there are certain factors. If you suffered a significant limitation of your body, like such as your neck or your lower back, you can go back to work after 30 days. It'll be a little bit more difficult to establish serious injury in that hypothetical scenario.
What if you go back to work before 30 days?
Go back to work the next day.
Again, it's very difficult to establish serious injury if you go immediately back to work after your accident. But here at Spar and Bernstein, we've had instances where people went back to work and we recovered money for them.
What if the doctor says stay out of work for more than 90 days and you do it?
So in New York, if you stay out of work for at least 90 days immediately after the accident, immediately after, so you can't take any breaks, you've automatically, well, not automatically, but you've arguably suffered a serious injury threshold.
All right, Moshe, tell us about a case you handled.
Quick one.
We only have about a minute.
I know, but for this reimbursement for medical, loss of wages, when do you get that money? What if I'm put out of work, I'm not getting a paycheck? When do I get that money?
So it depends on the lawyers. Lawyers have to work very quickly to get you reimbursed. The no-fault carrier will reimburse you for your lost wages. You get that usually bi-weekly. You'll get a check from your insurance company up to 80% of your lost wages.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, tell us about a quick case, and then I want to have Bernadette talk about Moshe and how happy she was to end the show. Quickly, you got
one
about a minute.
typical example is we had a case where there was no damage to any. You're hypothetical. Rear end and a highway, very, very low speed, practically like 3-4 miles an hour. When you let go of your brakes and then you rear end somebody, That's the situation our client had. Not a single scratch to either motor vehicle. He had some herniations and bulges in his lumbar spine, went back to work, and in a typical situation, and so he did a few months of physical therapy, one epidural injection, and right before we went to trial, the offer was $500.
$500. Squeeze.
Okay.
I know this.
And obviously,
yes.
Spar and Bernstein, we don't settle for cases that little. So what we did was we prepared for trial, and we got the jury to award us almost $160,000.
Bravo! Bravo!
Moshe, our personal injury attorney.
$500.
Kicking ass.
$160,000. There you go. There's our applause. Moshe, we gotta go, but it's the same telephone number to call Moshe for personal injury as it is to call Brad Bernstein for immigration, as it is to call Spar and Bernstein, as it is to call criminal defense, tax, and divorce. 1-800-529-5465. Save that number in your phone. Dial it right now. 1-800-529-5465. You never know when you're going to need a good attorney. You're looking at good attorneys right now. You're listening to good attorneys. 1-800-529-5465. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Moshe, awesome job. We got to get out of here.
Thank you so much. And thanks to USA Credit Repair for partnering.
Thank you, USA Credit Repair.
Let's make it legal. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.